already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Yes for the Mess, okay? And we're here to talk about some housewives tea, okay? We're here to talk about Charisse, Monique, Candiace, and Michael Rappaport, okay? We're here to talk about those things today, all right? Now, if you guys don't know, now you know. Whether you like it or not, the Potomac panel airs every Monday night at 9:15 Eastern Time, which stars myself giving you the real tea, Josiah's World TV, Yakrati, Simply Sakina, and Really Be TV. The main six, we're always tuned in, always there giving y'all some hilarious commentary about the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I'm very, very sad because it's about to come to an end. But don't you worry, we'll be back after hiatus when Basketball Wives come back. So we're going on hiatus in a few weeks, but we're going to give y'all a lit episode every single week, okay? I love that panel. It is everything to me. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's get into some things right now. Now, we're going to start off with Charisse Jackson. Is it Charisse Jordan Jackson or Charisse Jackson Jordan? It's one or the other. But as you guys already know, Charisse was on the show seasons 1, 2, and she was a friend of the show on season 3. And, she pretty much brought the women together and all of that stuff. So as you guys already know, she used to be friends with Monique Samuels, and she was asked a question about her relationship with Monique Samuels in this particular clip. Okay, so I'm going to play the clip for you, and then after we play the clip, we're going to get into some things about that situation. So let's see what Charisse had to say about her friendship with Monique now and where it stands.
Do you still watch Real Housewives of Potomac?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, I feel like the show has changed a lot since the first season.
A lot. I wish it could have stayed a little more classy. I have to be very honest. It's disappointing to me as a Black woman to watch some of the things that do transpire. Obviously, that crazy thing with Candiace and Monique, that was just gut-wrenching for me.
Not only am I embarrassed, I'm ashamed of myself for my actions, for even letting anybody get under my skin to the point where I would react that way.
I'm very supportive of the show because my friends are on it, and I still consider it my baby because I worked very hard to, get that ball rolling. But I still watch.
Speaking of Monique, you two were very close.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that.
Do you still?
Thank you so much for inviting us. Thanks for coming.
Monique, she's fun. She likes to have a good time.
This is Monique. This is her husband, Chris. My husband, Chris.
When did your relationship with Monique start to sour?
Let's see. Season 3. Monique is a unique individual. She's a control freak. She likes to manipulate situations. She didn't want me and Robin and Giselle to be friends. Constantly reminded me of what Giselle did season 1.
They're going to do what they've been doing. He's going to be with his girlfriends, and she's going to be with her boyfriend, the fireman.
Which is like because they didn't care for her. She didn't want me to like them. And I've known these women, like Robin. I've known Robin for like 19 years now. This is a real friendship, and she couldn't understand that. So that was part of it because
Thank you so much.
somehow internalize it as loyalty. I'm not being loyal to her because they don't like her.
The Monique I've grown to know was totally 100% committed to you as a friend. And yeah, she really was very loyal.
Wow.
Is there any hope for the two of you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Monique started doing these lives. She's talking about me on lives. She's going to people that I've introduced her to outside of the show, telling them things that totally was not true. I didn't think it was going to get to the level that it has gotten to.
What rumors was she spreading?
I am not talking about Charisse. I'm done talking about that. Not talking about it.
Somehow internalize it as loyalty. I just found her as a dishonest person. She thought I was coming back to expose the stuff with her and the trainer and all that stuff, she wasn't even a thought. How could I come back to talk about something that I don't even know anything about? And I ended up looking like the bad guy because it looks like that I, said things about her and her family when I absolutely haven't said anything about them.
Yeah. Do you ever foresee you two being friends again?
Never.
All right, so that was Charisse Jackson Jordan, and that clip came from Life After Bravo. So that's pretty much a Bravo Insider exclusive, okay? So let's dig into this. Now, as you guys already know, when Monique first came on the show, she was introduced as Charisse's friend. They started getting very, very close, and Charisse kind of looked at Monique as her little sister pretty much, okay? So, when it came down to it, it was a little bit of a shift. And you can honestly see the dynamic changing around as the time went on. Like Charisse was saying that Monique was, being friends with people that she knew, or using all of her connections that she had and the contacts and all of this other stuff, trying to use her to get up in the Potomac social circles and shit like that, So that's pretty much what this was about. And we already know what the fallout of the situation when they were saying that Charisse was behind the rumors in regards to her kid and her husband and stuff like that. And Monique was saying that on the show. And but I don't think it came from Charisse. I think it mainly came from her best friend Gigi, the girl with the big hair that was on the show all the time. So that was pretty much that. Now, just listening to Charisse and her explanation as to why they fell out and where the relationship is, I totally feel like Charisse is well within her rights to never want to be friends with Monique again, because whether or not what Charisse did was true, that did put a nasty taste in people's mouths about Charisse, and Charisse did look like the bad guy. She did look like a disloyal hoochie, pretty much. That's how she looked to me. Because I'm like, if that's supposed to be your friend, regardless of the fact that y'all may have fallen out, y'all may have a disagreement, why are you out here trashing this girl to people that don't fuck with her? Now, granted, Robin has been her friend. She was her friend before this show. Giselle been her friend. All them been her friend. She already knew these women before the show. So my thing about this is, you can't make a person choose. Like Monique, you just came into the fold. You cannot tell just Charisse who she can and can't be friends with. Okay, yeah, you don't fuck with Giselle. Who would? That's understandable. But you can't tell Charisse that she can't fuck with it either. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell her that. You can't, yeah, you don't like Robin. Who does? But at the same point in time, you can't tell Charisse that she can't fuck with her. Like, she knew them before she knew you. So who the fuck are you to say that she's being disloyal to you? No, she's being loyal to herself. Because she's not going to put herself in the middle of y'all elementary school ass bullshit. That's pretty much what this shit was. You know what I'm saying? So you can't make her pick and choose who she can and can't be friends with, Monique. That is signs of a control freak, to be honest. So you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this. Yeah, it may be best that Charisse and Monique are no longer friends. That may be the best case scenario in this situation. That's how I feel. So yeah, child. I wonder if they got more of an interview with Charisse. I need to go and find that, because it seems like it was very interesting. Now, she did say that the show has gotten out of hand, especially with the Candiace and Monique fight, and I definitely see what she's saying. If you watch this show from season 1, 2, and 3, you will see the complete difference of it. Like, I think it started getting real ratchet in Potomac during season 4 and all that other shit. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. To each his own. To each his own. So what y'all got to say about that? I'm dying to know what y'all got to say about Charisse, because I've been waiting to hear what Charisse got to say about Monique, this fight, and every damn thing else. I've been waiting to hear what she has to say about that. Now we're going to get into Candiace. Now, we're going to talk about Candiace twice. We're going to talk about the Michael Rappaport thing too. That's going to be the last thing that we talk about in this particular Guest for the Mess. But we're going to start this thing off with Candiace basically saying that she became suicidal and needed meds due to the lies of the fans. And she even shades Andy Cohen for hypocrisy and propaganda, okay? Now I got an article here from Reality Blurb. We're going to read this shit and we're going to break it down and dissect it, and then we're going to move on to the last thing with Candiace and Michael Rappaport. So let's get into it. Now it says that Candiace Dillard Bassett claims that she became suicidal after being targeted with lies from people online. In a series of new tweets, the Real Housewives of Potomac cast member fought back against a woman who accused her of hurting and making fun of people before seemingly taking aim at Andy Cohen's hypocrisy and accusing him of spewing propaganda at the season 6 reunion. After tweeting a message that said she was going to cause a scene, Candiace was met with a woman who begged her to stop causing anguish to others. The tweet read, "You hurt people. You have no idea the hurt and anguish you cause. Please stop making fun of people's flaws. Please," the person said. Candiace clapped back with, "Girl, shut up." And then Candiace then revealed her shocking details about her own mental health struggles. When you're on anxiety meds and praying to God that you don't take your own life because of the hurt and the lies that people like you perpetuate because you don't like me on a TV show, then come talk to me. Until then, actually shut the fuck up, she continued. Another person pointed out that when it comes to Real Housewives of Potomac, it seems as if Candiace isn't allowed to react. Do they want Candiace to just sit there when people come for her, the person asked. I would also like to know the answer to this, Candiace noted. Someone else suspected it wasn't what comes out of Candiace's mouth, but rather how it comes out that triggers her co-stars. I think it's the tone of your voice that is triggering, to be honest, not what you say. Your delivery is so fiery, spirited, and pointed, where others deliver their shade more casually, dismissive, and subtle. I enjoy you, the fan wrote. Agreed, Candiace replied. In a fourth message, Candiace seemingly shaded Andy Cohen by reacting to a fan who mentioned his apparent hypocrisy and choosing to ignore certain behaviors from Lisa Rinna and failing to hold the legally troubled Erica Jane accountable while spotlighting Candiace's comments to her co-stars. Y'all, I can't. We've been screaming from every part of the world to fire Rinna. Freaking hold Erica Jane accountable. But Candiace's mouth is where you bring the heat. What in all the F's? And then the heifer Giselle coming in condoning physical violence, the fan said. At this point, it's propaganda, Candiace responded. Okay, now that was the article from the Reality Blurb. Now here's what I got to say about the situation. Now, y'all know that we talked about this Monday night on the panel, and we talked about it on my review of the Housewives of Potomac. Now, I do feel like at this point, and like I said, this is coming from a nigga that is not a fan of Candiace, that is not a fan of hers, period. I do feel like they put too much stock and too much claim into what the fuck Candiace says when everyone else on that stage has said some foul shit here and there. But like I've always said, it may be the way she says it. It's not always what you say, it's how you say it. And the way Candiace says shit, it probably would make a person get that angry to where they want to pop you. Because I know sometimes my sister has said things to me that was fucked up, but she said it in a mean ass way that made me want to slap the fuck out of her. But in the same breath, somebody else probably said it to me. One of my friends said it to me, and it came off differently. So there could be a reason why Candiace gets a lot of blowback about her mouth, so to speak, because it's the way she say it. It's not what she say, it's how she says it. I do feel like they don't hold the other housewives accountable for nothing. They don't. Ramona's mouth is the worst, and no one says anything. Lisa Rinna is probably the most evilest bitch on reality TV as far as Housewives is concerned, and they don't say shit. Charisse is probably one of the worst that I've ever seen in my life on Housewives, and nobody says nothing. My thing is, it's the same thing with, just like everybody talks about Candiace's mouth, that's just like with the Housewives. It's like we go in on the likes of Mia because she laid down, fucked, and got a husband, but yet we don't say shit about Erica Jane and the other white housewives on Beverly Hills when they've done the same exact shit as the black bitches have. I'm sorry, they've done the same exact shit as the black girls have, but yet the white bitches sit up here and they can fucking get married for money and shit like that and not work and all this other shit, and they're glorified for it. But when the black women do the same thing, we look down on them for doing it. It's a lot of things that's problematic to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, we don't say shit about the way Erica Jane was acting on a Beverly Hills reunion, but yet we focusing in on Candiace. You know what I'm saying? Or we're talking about how Candiace runs her mouth and all this other stuff, but we're not putting any stock on Michael Darby, who has assaulted other men and other men on the show. We're not saying shit about that. We're trying to make the cast members cozy up to him, even though he's made them all feel uncomfortable in the past. So I don't know. I just know it's not right, but it's okay, I guess, child, because it's crazy to me how certain people can get away with certain things. Like I said, Candiace does have a foul mouth, but so does everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like I said, though, at the end of the day, it's a lot that these white housewives get away with that we do not get away with. Erica Jane can be a bitch, but Candiace cannot. Erica Jane can lay up with a man and marry him for the money, but a black woman can't do it because black women will tear her down for doing that. You got to look at it from all angles, though. You do got to look at it from all angles. Real shit, you do. You do. You just do. We can drag Mia for doing that, but we don't drag Erica Jane for doing it. You know what I'm saying? We can drag Candiace for having a foul mouth, but we can praise Lisa Rinna for doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's... I don't know. I just don't know. But at the same point in time, I do think that Candiace gets a lot of bad rep for her mouth. A lot of the time. She do. She do. And it is what it is. Another thing is, I think that the advice that I got for Candiace is this: if you have been on meds and you were suicidal because of the things that people said about you online and on the blogs, your best bet is to probably stay off the blogs and stay off Twitter. That's your best bet. Because if you had that much trauma about it, you may need to leave it alone. I'm just being honest. Because I too have read things about me that I didn't particularly like. Like, there's a certain message board that I read, that I would read. Well, I don't read it like that now, but, you know, I peek in here and there. But back in the day, I would read that shit down. I would read it. I would log on every single day just to go and see if they said anything about me. But it was fucking with me. And you know, it's easy for people to say that we should not be worried about what people say because we're never going to see their faces in life. That's true. Although that's true, you cannot tell nobody how they're supposed to feel, because some shit that people would say about me was hurtful. Like, I know that some things that I may say about these reality stars on my videos just might be hurtful. So, you know, I also have to take into account what the fuck I'm saying. And I have to put myself in their shoes when I'm reading shit about me. Some shit that's not true. Some shit that's just beyond ridiculous. Some shit that's just plain out fucking mean or haterish. You know what I'm saying? But people can say the same thing about me when I'm reviewing the show. You know what I'm saying? So I have to put myself in their seat sometimes when I'm the one that's subjected to the hate, or I'm the one that's being subjected to the negative opinions. At this point in time, I've taken them all into stride. Like I say, I used to frequent that board all day, every day. But now I peek in here and there just to see what's going on. But at the same time, it's like I have taken their comments into stride, because there's some things that they said that were thought-provoking, made me want to improve myself on a lot of things. So I can't always tear it down, but sometimes they was extra brutal. And you know, being that I've dealt with self-esteem issues and I have a ongoing fight with depression, it can be a lot sometimes. You know what I mean? So when I used to read comments about me, calling me ugly and talking about my teeth and shit like that, it used to bother me a lot. Or when people would compare me to one of my former YouTube friends, or make up these assumptions about us and things of that nature, where some things that were said were true, there's some things that just was not true at all. but I wasn't gonna go on a message board and try to defend myself because people are gonna think whatever the fuck they want. So at the end of the day, you got to pick your poison, Candiace. If you don't want to be subjected to that shit, you need to just stay off social media for a while. Detox yourself. I had to detox myself from that shit. So detox yourself. Okay? That's it. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about with Candiace is Michael Rappaport, okay? Now, a lot of us don't like Michael Rappaport because of the shit that happened with Kenya Moore. He was always dragging Kenya, always saying something negative to her or about her all the time. Now, apparently, he's one of the guest hosts for the Wendy Williams show, and apparently, Candiace was not too kind of him being on the show as a guest host. Apparently, Candiace came out with a tweet saying, "This melty face dingleberry at Michael Rappaport, make sure you practice in a mirror." That's what Candiace said. Now, apparently, he got on the Wendy Williams show and decided to address what she said about him, okay? So, we're going to play the clip, and then we're going to come back and talk about the rest. So, let's get into the clip.
Melty face dingleberry Michael Rappaport, make sure you practice in the mirror. Do I look like a melty... Tomek, I cannot wait to talk to Wendy about it. I was a victim last night also of Candiace's words. She tweeted about me guest hosting this Wendy Williams show. Yeah, she tweeted about me. She said this melty face dingleberry Michael Rappaport, make sure you practice in the mirror. Do I look like a melty face dingleberry Mike first? And look at me, I look fantastic. I'm suited and booted. My first instinct was to punch back, but I am going to take the high road. Congratulations on your low-budget album, Deep Space, that just came out. And shout out to the one person who downloaded it. Candiace, right now you have the same career trajectory as the Catch Me Outside girl. Good luck with the music career. Last night also we had Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was on after.
After that, Chris Bassett got on Instagram and posted an Instagram story of Kenya reading Michael Rappaport down, basically saying, "Do we need to remind you what happened the last time you came for a top tier housewife? Is he really going to make me come for him again?" Okay, so that was basically Chris Bassett defending Candiace against Michael Rappaport. Now, here's what I got to say about that. Now, honestly, Candiace did come for him first. I'm not going to sit up here and be biased, you know, and all this other shit. Candiace did come for him first. And my thing about this situation is this right here. If Candiace can sit up here and respond to everybody that says something about her, then this dude can respond to her anywhere he sees fit. But at the same point in time, people have an issue with you because you always coming for a woman, a black woman at that, okay? I don't know if him and Candiace ever had words before this, but I do know that he had words with Kenya Moore before, and he was always coming for her, always trying to drag her all the time. And to be quite honest, you look like a bitch ass nigga, real shit, because you always coming for a woman all the time. You don't have that energy for no man. You always trying to come for a woman, a black woman at that. So what you need to do is go somewhere and sit the fuck down. Hell yeah, Candiace came for the nigga first. Yes, she did. She came for him first, and he responded the way he saw fit because she said something about him hosting first. Did she have to tweet that shit? Hell no. Hell no, she could have just kept her opinions to her fucking self. That's true. But Michael, you just need to shut the fuck up, okay? That's all I'm saying. Because it looks like all you ever want to do is attack a black woman. That's how it looks. Because you love to attack a black woman all the time. I want to see you have some energy for a man. That's all I'm saying. Let's have that energy for a man for once, and maybe then we'll be on your side. That's really all I'm saying. But yeah, like I said, she started it. I ain't gonna tell no lies. Yeah, she started the fuck out of that shit. She really did start it. But Michael just, he annoying. And I want to see him come for a man. Straight up. That's what I want to see him do. Come for a man. But at the same time, Candiace, please stop. Just stop. Just stop. You ain't even have to say nothing to this stupid ass motherfucker. You could have just let him be. Cause I ain't watching out one episode of this shit while he's on it. I don't want to watch Michael Rappaport ass for what? I don't even know why they got him hosting her show. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? That she could have kept to herself. But that's another story, y'all. But with that being said, y'all, this is Yes for the Mess. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. Also, be sure to follow me on social media. My Twitter and my IG will be down below. If you want me to follow you back on IG, all you gotta do is hit me up in the DMs with the hashtag Message Team Scotty, and I would definitely follow you back. With that being said, y'all, this is Yes for the Mess. Be on the lookout for the next one. Talk to y'all later. Peace out.
We can always find our way to a fun moment, even in the shady bunch.